So today we are thank you for this platform for sharing my thoughts on this topic. There is Second International Materials Engineering and Advanced Manufacturing Technological Congress, IMEA MTC 23. So first of all, I thank all the conveners and organizing committee, the chairman, the co-chair, and all the participants of this platform. So coming to the topic is very much interesting. Materials engineering and advanced manufacturing technology. So first of all, the concept materials is coming, then material engineering is coming, then manufacturing is coming, then advanced manufacturing technology is coming. First of all, we are all aware about different classification of materials. Materials comprises of metals as well as a lot of other components are coming. We are having semiconductor materials also, which is quite widely used nowadays in electric cars and all the applications of electronics. And we are having the other materials based upon the composite as well as the properties. And coming into the other side, the manufacturing. When coming into the manufacturing industry, we are all aware that the manufacturing industry is one of the backbone and it is the crust of the industry where the product is being manufactured. We are having n number of materials being manufactured from small scale, medium scale to large scale. Then the advanced technology for this manufacturing. So I think we must be aware about the concept of materials, then manufacturing, then engineering altogether, and the advanced method for manufacturing. While considering manufacturing of a product, nowadays we need to consider one more thing, that is whether it's environmental friendly or creating any pollution. That is the main challenge we are facing in the manufacturing industry, as well as the other part, like the materials or the waste products, especially the electronic waste, which is being produced or generated by the industry, as well as the manufacturers. So these products are really causing a bad effect on our health, as well as for the society, as well as the whole world. So how we can modify that, or how we can have a better manufacturing methodology or materials which are eco-friendly and recycle. So while considering such conditions, it is the duty and responsibility of all the people who are involved in this manufacturing industry. They have to think over this concept. So as the previous speakers was discussing several materials, its properties, all these things, we know that materials are a part of all constructions. For example, when manufacturing of a vehicle, we need metal, we need plastic, we need fiber, we need leather, and we are having the other parts coming to the electronic side. And it is a combination of all these things which is going to give life to that structure. Initially, that structure is not having any life or start. When that engine is working only, that structure is becoming practical in the case of vehicle. So taking into the olden period, we used to have the iron structures for all the cars, all these things, with the which is quite different in size and dimensions also. Nowadays, we are having the robots coming into the manufacturing, and it is quite universal everywhere. The structures are being scaled in such a way, and they are quite rust-free also. When they are exposed also, they are able to have a rust-free environment. In the olden days, the rust was one of the challenges. Coming into the industries or housing buildings, we can see the technology is changing. The materials being used is changing. Previously, we are going for sand, then mud, then clay, then cement is coming. Now, cement also different grades we are having. And the materials being used. Instead of sand, we can go for M sand. That is a byproduct of the stone, that is the gravel, which can be used as a replacement for the sand. And we are having the cement block instead of the mud block. That is the replacement for bricks. Then now we are going for the specification of the TMT steel bars. Earlier, we are only going for the steel bars. And people used to think that let it be 10 mm, 10 kiloston or 12 kilosem. But actually, why we need to burden the structure with a lot of weight? And now the starting like according to the structure, the requirement, the beam, and the foundation, everything can be planned according to the requirement, according to the necessity. So the materials being used are also being analyzed. There is a management for the materials being used. We need to have a planning for the materials being used. How much amount is required? What are the type of materials being used? What are the knowledge of that materials by the laborers who are undergoing or using that materials? What is the role of the site engineers or the supervisors in dealing with or purchasing such materials? So this is the other part when I'm talking about materials. Then coming the evolution of the telephones or the so-called semiconductors. Now we are all living in the world of electronics. All chips, the processors being manufactured with electronics material, that is semiconductors, which is having the combination of conductivity will be varying. It's something between the insulators and insulators and conductors. Like we all know the valence band and conduction band, it's having some properties of its own. That is the beauty why it's being used. So all these things have given an upliftment to our lifestyle or better connectivity across the globe and better understanding, and the comfort is also being better compared to the older days. But coming to the manufacturing industry, there is a drastic change. As we all know, now several things are being automated. The role of an employee is getting reduced. For example, we can see the traditional manufacturing industry, let it be a chocolate manufacturer or a biscuit manufacturer. Now everything is being automated, like cutting a slice of that being replaced with machines. The initial ingredients mixing, that content is only done by a human. Everything is automated, like packing, starting to the end, and the packing is being done by machines. So the design of the machines, there comes the role of engineers in this world. They are actually changing the world. Engineering, as the definition defines, is nothing but doing something beneficial for the society, irrespective of the domain. Ultimately, on every profession, there is an engineering in that perspective. Because if it is giving something better to the society, it can be termed as an engineer. So coming into the manufacturing industry, it is creating good for the society. As you all know, now the human labor is being decreased. The quality of the product is being increased, and we are going for safety measures also. Earlier, such safety measures are not there. In a manufacturing industry, when an employee is working, for example, whether it's a high electric required industry or a like oil mine where the labor is going or the technician is going, we are now taking preventive measures or precautions in order to safeguard themselves from the threats or the problems associated with such professions. There comes the role of safety engineering, and it is very much associated with industrial engineering as well as manufacturing engineering. Then coming into the advancement in manufacturing. So what will be the future advancement in this manufacturing industry? It's a question towards you, towards me, towards all viewers and the researchers around the globe. How we can uplift that branch. It's a real challenge over the shoulders of all the technocrats around the globe. How we can improve the manufacturing field. How to safeguard the humans from the bad effects or the ill effects towards their health, as well as the risk involved in a manufacturing industry. There comes the role of safety, as I have mentioned earlier. Like we are having automated methodology everywhere. In some space or events where the human intervention is impossible, there we can use the robots for such activities. And coming into the manufacturing, we can see nowadays manufacturing, we have to see how many products are being produced between a particular time limit, or what is the requirement of that product. Accordingly, the scalability is being increased, and accordingly, the automation can also be changed, and the duration or the processing time can be changed. But at the end of the day, after manufacturing of a product, everything is having a deadline. I'm using my laptop, I'm using my mobile, but how many years I can use it? Maybe 5 years or 3 years. After that, I have to replace it. But there comes the challenge of electronic waste or the waste management or the recycling of that product. So how it is possible? Now we can see the whole world is being burdened or filled with electronic waste. A person is using a mobile phone. After 3 years, he may be changing that where that old phone is going, whether it is being recycled or it is being reused or the processing is done in a proper way, whether it is causing any environmental problem. Definitely, if I'm throwing my mobile to the into the soil directly, after a long time, it will be mixing with the soil and it is not degradable. And the chemical reactions are happening and it will affect the soil, affect the water, affect our lifestyle. In long run, we are all being, we are going to face a ill effect on our health. So there comes the go green concept of manufacturing industry. The use of plastics have to be reduced, and if we cannot replace plastic totally, we must think of how to recycle that product or how to use it in a better way by converting it into some other usable products. For example, now we can see there is a drastic change happening in the world like that. From plastics, we can create tiles, which can be paved on the roads of the footpaths, or it can be used for tarring the roads. And for example, in construction also, it can be, sometimes it can be mixed with that cement for better compression and adhesion based upon the properties. Such works have been happening in the world. So I think in the manufacturing, that go green concept has to be there and the safety measures have to be there. So together, the advancement in manufacturing is a go is a is an ongoing topic of discussion, because today's manufacturing may be changing, may be changed in tomorrow. The trend is going to be changed. We can see now the plastic tins are there, and we are going into the other materials are coming. The combination of materials are being used, and manufacturing of a product like we when we are going for aluminum, that coating will be gone. So we are having another coating over that in order to avoid that replacement of that reaction with the air. And like no manufacturing is a complete process. When we are manufacturing something or designing something, after that we can understand the pros and cons associated with that product. So accordingly, there must be and there will be a future enhancement over all the manufactured products and the goods and the industry also. The automation being happening is also changing. The safety measures are changing, and totally it's undergoing a drastic change. And there comes one of the main things while manufacturing, the optimization of the raw materials is playing a vital role. That how much materials have to be used, and while mixing so and so materials, or if a person is involved in such an activity, what are all the safety measures in order to protect him or her from the ill effects of that products in a long run. If a person is associated with manufacturing of a particular product, he or she may be having some health issues, like based upon the fumes gas coming or the materials being inhaled or intaken unknowingly or knowing, it will be creating some drawbacks. So in such cases, what are the safety measures? That is the main area of to be highlighted, the safety engineering along with manufacturing. So I think I am not taking much time on this platform discussing the further detail of this topic. It is a quite enlightened and enlarged topic. So I'm concluding this topic like manufacturing, then materials, manufacturing, engineering, and the future scope of this manufacturing. So in my perspective, I feel that the safety engineering is an association of manufacturing engineering, and together it has to go together. So thank you for giving me this opportunity on this platform. Dr. Senai and others, the co-organizers of this event. Wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.